Okay, so in Linux, right, we have a one very powerful command called gzip, right? So gzip command is also a compression tool, right, which you can use to compress any file or folders, right? So if let's suppose, let me tell you the example, right, where most of the people use gzip, right? So most of the people use gzip command to compress the log file, all right? So let's suppose here where log, right? So there are so many files, right, inside the var log, right? ls hyphen ltrh. So you can see there are so many files which is created in the log directory. So when you work on the live servers, right? So many the very heavy log will generate on the server. So if you will not do the compression, your server will be filled with space very fastly. All right. So in that scenario, people use, all right, a compression to compress the log files so that they can save the right space on server. So like here, for example, right, see, we have 4 5 log messages. So the first one is this one, and this one is the live, right? So what is the size of this where log messages is 1.3 MB, but all other are the backups, right? So backups means you can say a old log, right? So there is no need of this old log, but you will not delete that log immediately, right? So you want to keep your log for some date, and after that you can clean it or delete it, right? So what you can do, see, so let's see the example of this file, right? Because this one have a biggest file of 5 MB. So what you can do, you can just use gzip command to compress this file, right? So how? Var log messages, okay, 03. See, so once you will use this file, and what it will do, it will compress the file, right? See, this file is got compressed. So what is the size now after compression? The after compression size is 463 KB only, but before it was 5.1 MB. So you can see, say that gzip also compressed data almost 7 8 uh, times, right? With their actual data. So this reduced so much, right? So you don't have to delete your actual log, right? And you can just keep that log on the system, right? So let's suppose you want to compress any file, you have to use gzip, right? And second thing, right? If don't want, see, when you use gzip command, it will simply compress the file, but it will not keep their original data, right? Just like the example here, uh, this file is got zipped. So it's always create a extension with gz, but you don't have the original data. So in some case, just like if you want to archive the live log and you want to keep the actual log as it is, you don't want to delete that, right? So in that case, what you can do, you can use gzip space hyphen t command, right? So when you will use this, so it will create the compression also, but it will not delete the existing one, right? See, here we have the actual log too. So you can use this and you can send this log, right? So this is how you can use gzip, right? And let's suppose you want to decompress. If you do want to decompress any file, all right. So in that case, what you can do, you can use hyphen t, right? Dot gz, right? So when you will do this, it will, all right, override the existing file if it is there. If it is not there, it will create it. And if it is there, it will override. But in this decompression also, the logic is same. If you want to keep the original one, .gz, you have to use d hyphen k, right? So let's do y. So see now the original message dot gz is deleted. So let's compress it fastly. Okay, messages. Okay, and now do we have this compressed one also? So let's now decompress it, right? So decompress. So we have to use -d and k, right? So it is asking to restore. Yes. Now see the difference. See, the existing compressed file is already there and the compressed one is also there. So you can simply use this gzip command to compress any file, right? Around 6, 7, 8 times. And the compression size is totally depend on the type of file. Let's suppose you are trying to compress any video file, so it will not compress that much. But if you are trying to compress any file which is in a txt format or in the script format, right, definitely it will compress around 70%, 70 to 80%. Okay, so let's another thing. So now you have compressed the file, but now in somehow you just wanted to read inside the what is written inside this file. So what you can do, the first option is first decompress it and then read the log, right? The best part of gzip is you can also cat this file. So see, if you use cat command to see this file, it will only show you the encrypted format because that data is in encrypted. So you have to use getcat. So once you will do getcat and that zip file, you will see the same data in the text format. So you don't have to even right, decompress that file to read what is written inside that file. Okay, so let me remove this and let me show you all what we covered. The first, to gzip any file, you have to gzip space that file name, right? Space file name to compress the file, right? And if you want to keep the original file, you have to use -k. Okay, now if you don't if you want to decompress the file, you have to use filename.gz and then you have to use -d, gzip space -d space filename dot compressed file dot gz, right? Whatever is the name. And if you want to keep the original file of the gz also, again you have to use -k, right? So k command, -k option you can use if you want to keep the original file, right? Okay, so to read any file in the compressed format, you can use hyphen, right? Sorry, getcat space the file name, right? To view the content of the zip file. And if you want to see more help, you can simply use man and then the zip command to see all possible way. All right. So here, see how much option is given there in the manual. So options -a if you want to compress the sketchy mode, -c for standard out, -d for decompress, -f for forcefully, -h, -k for keep means if you want to keep the original file. If you want to see the list inside the compressed file, you can use -l, right? If you, let's suppose if you have a compressed the directory, right, and you want to see what is there inside that, so you can use -l. -n means name, hyphen capital name is also name, and r for recursive. Let's suppose you want to do compress the directory, then you can use -r, right? Okay, so thanks